Vibe 105.
All right, it's Apollo P here, Vibe 105. I call this Apollo for the people. I'm in the studio with Dot.
What's up, guys? How you guys doing?
Man, this is a guy who stays behind the scenes, working with a lot of people in front of the scenes.
Yeah, technically.
I mean, if you do music, you should know Dot in Toronto, right?
I'm always in the bag. I'm the guy in the cut.
Yes, this is very true. Very modest guy as well. But when I came and met you about maybe a few months ago, I heard you say some few stories. You got your hands in a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like, this is something that people need to know about, a little bit about your backstory, a little bit about what's going on in your mind.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get started from the beginning.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, so where'd you grow up, Dot?
I grew up in Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, Poland was my country, I guess. So yeah, but I'm half Nigerian, half Polish, but I grew up in Poland.
Okay, so how was it growing up in Poland?
It was different. It was most definitely an experience. I think that it shaped me to what I am right now. I remember a lot of things. I'm not gonna tell the whole story because I would have to spend 5 hours, probably more than 5 hours talking about it. But it was different. That's the best way how I can describe it. Completely different state of mind. But it was nice. Poland is a nice country.
Mm-hmm.
People are nice too, even though it is a little bit of a racist country sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I wanted to get into that.
Yeah, but overall, it's I can't complain. At the end of the day, I grew up there. I got a family there, and it's always nothing but love. When it comes to Poland. So.
Okay, so you did bring up the part of them being a little bit racist and stuff like that. So did you face a lot of racism? Was it overt or was it covert?
I mean, I always laugh when it comes to racism questions. It was, I did encounter quite a lot. I would say it really comes down to different parts of Poland and all that stuff. I've encountered a lot of it, but I've learned how to deal with it. It's kind of like you're in a place where you have to set your state of mind to a specific, to a specific way.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously in the beginning when you grow up, when I was younger, I guess it was bothering me much more. But then as I was getting older, I was just like, I'm just doing what I gotta do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, you can't really let other people that are ignorant, affect your energy around you. You know what I mean? Because you got other stuff that you gotta do. For me, it's at the end of the day, it's you can't really I guess convince people that think about I guess different let's say religions, races or whatnot. You can't convince those people to think differently.
Most definitely.
So as I'm saying, I did encounter a lot, but it wasn't I had a couple of extreme situations.
Mm-hmm.
But it was past. It was past. It made me who I am right now. It taught me how to deal with certain things better. So it's I'm not gonna be standing there and crying and saying this and that. I just gotta keep moving, keep going. You know what I mean? That's just my mentality.
Yeah, I like the fact that you said that as well, because I remember listening to an interview with another rapper named Futuristic where he said he grew up with this white side of his family. He was also biracial.
Yeah.
And his grandmother told him that there's black people and then there's niggas.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But you saying that you're coming from a biracial family, did your white side ever go don't be this particular stereotype of black?
No. I would say when it comes to my family, I never really experienced any type of racism. My family in Poland is none but love.
Very progressive.
Yeah. Most definitely. I never had any issues, any type of racial sayings and none of that. I know certain my friend in Poland as well. Her grandparent didn't accept her because she was half black.
Oh,
you know what I mean? So it's there's different scenarios and stuff. But when it comes to my family, I never experienced that. I always had none but love, and I always received none but love from my family.
Okay.
So it wasn't that type of thing when it comes to me.
Okay. So you grew up on speaking the language.
Yeah, I do speak Polish. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, and then it's called Polish.
Yeah. Polish,
okay. I thought there was some type of you go to China Mandarin and then there's
there's different dialects of Polish. I speak two technically. I can speak like pure Polish, and I can speak like the other one, which is more like it's like mixture of Polish, German, and just like their own little thing. But yeah, that's about it, I guess.
So you come from you're basically very cultured.
Yeah, I would say cultured. You know, it's I would say I'm always I'm a chameleon. You know, I just adjust wherever I am. I would adjust. You know, like that's just the way how I am. I you know, I appreciate the culture and all that stuff. Whether it's, you know, my Nigerian side, my Polish side, and all that. But wherever I am, I feel like, you know, I just gotta fit in type of thing. You know, I don't force myself to fit in. It's just like I'm just a smooth fitter type of thing. You know, like a Lego block. Like, you know, I just put myself and I'm like, yeah, I fit right here, you know. If that makes sense.
I hear you. All right, so a lot of people may or may not know I'm also Nigerian as well. Yeah. So we could relate on that side. Yeah. I guess were you forced to go to church a lot? Were you have to always greet your aunties and things like that?
Yeah, but I was really forced. My grandma, you know, in Poland was really church going, you know, and still is. So yeah, I had to go to church. You know, I had to go to church. There was no saying I don't want to go to church today. You know?
Most definitely.
Sunday, if you miss, you know, 8 a.m., there's a 3 p.m. waiting for you right there. You know what I mean? So you better show up.
Yeah, most definitely. And also you have to greet all the aunties. And do you eat traditional Nigerian food as well?
Yeah. My dad cooked a lot of Nigerian food.
Oh man, so. Let me tell you, man. Growing up was rough for me. Yeah, I would like to say it was rough, but like, I remember listening to other more African children, and they had it rougher than me. So I kind of feel like my mom's progressive and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would say for me, probably was a little bit different because, you know, there's not a lot. I mean, back then, you know, I came to Canada 10 years ago. So back then, when I was in Poland, it's a little bit different thing because any black person in Poland, like it's different, you know. Here is like, because I would say, you know, in Poland there's not a lot of black people, so when you see a black person, it's like right away it's just like you just groove, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's like literally brothers and sisters, you know what I mean? Like you walk in the street and you see somebody's like half black or black, it's like you might not know the person, but it's like, hey, what up? Like, you know, how you doing? Where you from? And all that. It's a different type of thing because there's not many black people, you know? So I would say, you know, we had like a lot of like just Nigerian parties and stuff like that, you know what I mean? My uncles and cousins and all that stuff. So yeah, it was like it was a little bit different, you know.
Okay. But all right. So I find that very interesting. I like that. I like because I always want to know perspectives from people who are just, I guess, not from where I'm from as well. Yeah. So hearing from like how the culture and how you were able to adapt with two different cultures, because you're coming from like two different cultures, like
basically
maybe in the States it's a little bit different because there's African Americans, those type of blacks, and then when they mingle with whites, those Caucasian Americans, they're coming from like, I guess, a mutual understanding, but just different races.
Yeah, exactly.
But when we have like two different races,
it's two different cultures, two different states of mind, you know, and all that. But I think for me it helped me as well because I'm just very open-minded. You know, like I'm not the ignorant guy, you know. I know, I just like, I'm a very open-minded person, you know.
Yeah, and
like,
it comes, and especially from you being biracial and I want to say bicultural as well. Yeah. And me being in from Toronto as well. Like, it's kind of, it's more so being ignorant to the fact that there's different things around you rather than being more embracive. So you gotta be open because you raised around different places. Yeah.